Mother, I have so many questions that I don't know where to begin. Did you know these things? If you did, why didn't you tell me? The severed hand was nothing like I expected. Is it wrong for me to feel cheated? It feels to me as if I have been lied to, used, and I'm not the only one. We encountered many beings bound to the severed hand when we entered. Some of them were willing. Most weren't. There are so many ghosts there. Knights of High Guard who died on their campaign, their souls imprisoned against their will to guard the fortress of the enemy. Elven knights who died defending their people, even children killed in the conquest. Children, Mother, robbed of their lives and then cheated out of their deaths. I can't. It's vile. A cruel and wicked thing to do to someone. I have little care for the politics of the war between Highgard and Alfenheim. Empires rise and fall. This is the cycle of history. I don't care which side they fought in for life. What Artel Kessir did to them is wrong. He claims it was not him who bound them, but the will of the gods. I don't believe him. But even if that is true, it's wrong. And I have to fix it. It wasn't just spirits bound to the hand. There were fairies there, too, tricked into guarding the heart of light. That, we found out, is the acorn that Shaw was so intrigued by the Moonlit King. There were 3 of them. They offered their services to my companions, traded them their names and a tether to their life force in exchange for freedom. They tied themselves to Constance, Shaw, and Emmy after Soren admitted that he couldn't be trusted with such influence. They took one look at me and rejected my offer to help. I understand why they did it, though it stung a bit. Soren defended me, lauded my desire to free every being within the hand, but I cannot fault them for distrusting those of elven heritage after what was done to them. On the way to the top of the hand, we encountered a strange mirror. It was used in the days of the Alfenheim Empire to show the viewer which elven deity they were closest to. A mirror of spiritual reflection. Mine was Helene Moonbow, the archer, Celeste, the resolute maiden, goddess of the milling. Though my faith is with the Astral Star who chose me, it was touching to see. The resolute maiden. You know, her bow reminded me of yours in a way. She reminded me of you. Soren, poor thing, found himself matched with Malakath, the betrayer, god of fire and treachery. Shaw saw Banderoth the protector, god of oaths and discipline, while Constance saw Vandria Silverbane, the goddess of justice, honor, and truth. Fitting for Constance. She has an admirable moral compass. Emmy met with Aya, the gentle hand, the goddess of healing and of sacrifice. I am not sure if that is an omen. I've told Emmy that they need to think of themselves more, and I hope they listen. Speaking of, on the way to the tower, we were able to find some elven artifacts. I found a fine elven blade for myself, though in fairness, swords are not my forte, and we managed to find some elven armor and bracers for Emmy, so hopefully they'll be better protected going forward. We ascended to the tower, past elven guardians and doors guarded by riddle, when we came upon a lift. At first, the others voted to go downwards towards the burning blue glow below. I railed against it, but I was outnumbered, until the lift actually began to descend and we heard the shifting below. There was something down there. Something horrible. Despite Shaw's reluctance, the rest of us decided to reverse the lift and head up to the top of the tower. We found the children on the way. Shaw and Soren managed to convince them that we meant them no harm, and they told us about the heart acorn. According to them, we had to collect 4 idols and bring them to the shrine. Only then could we proceed. We did so, enduring many difficult tests and battles to retrieve the idols. Sure enough, once they were in place, we were able to pass through. It was not an emissary or a sign from the Astral Star waiting for us, as I had believed. Instead, it was Artel Kessir himself, the god hand of the tower, an elven lich who died invoking a great failed magic. He called me kin. He belittled my faith, claimed that all of the knights below believed they had been chosen as well, claimed that my sight, my clairvoyance, was not truly a gift from the star. And then he dared ask my aid. Then, if the encounter was not bizarre enough, he gave me a gift. A cloak of some kind, bearing the symbol of a golden hand facing out. I am reluctant to take it, but too practical to turn it down. I suspect the symbol is for the god hand, though I have no confirmation, and I don't like wearing it. I especially dislike taking anything from the likes of him. Mother, did you know about him? Did you know that a Baelnorn calls us descendants? If you did, why didn't I? Maybe you intended to tell me one day. I suppose I'll never know. The dead seldom share a secret. In the end, I agreed to help him. Not because I feel I owe him anything, but because the innocent souls bound to the severed hand deserve their rest, and they cannot have it until the heart acorn is returned. Cassier claims that it was stolen by the Moonlit King, who took it back to old Pashnu. Good home. Faith, you see? For why would I be pointed back to Brightstar after this encounter if it was not fated? I admit, I stormed out of the chamber in a rage. Soren followed me, offered me his condolences. I lost my temper with Cassier, I'm afraid. Snapped at him that you were already gone. It was kind of Soren to come after me. He's a better person than you think. But leaving the severed hand was no easier than entering it. In collecting the elven idols, we inadvertently repaired a good deal of the building's damage. We released the creature from below. I don't even know what to call it. I've never seen anything like it before. A massive caterpillar, I think. Some kind of worm. Whatever it was huge, glowing with bane fire. We were able to defeat it, but not before taking a good deal of damage. Soren and I were briefly swallowed before I was rescued and the creature was defeated, letting Soren escape. Shaw was badly affected. I tried to heal him, but whatever the banefire did to him is beyond my capacity to fix. We had planned to go forth to Goldfire after addressing the severed hand, but this business with the heart acorn, deeply concerning. I hope to convince the others to turn back and head for old Pashnu. It's admittedly galling to go home so soon after leaving, but perhaps we'll be able to give the Abbey a miss. Although, now that I think about it, it is possible the Abbess will know how to cure Shaw. It's worth considering. All my love, Ezara.